Hello, potassium people. Welcome back to another Banana Bites. Today, just need to talk a little bit about how there's a very cool and very awful ability that the mind can do, because I just experienced it last night. And if one was to harness this power for good, it would be phenomenal. But otherwise, oh man, if left unchecked, if just left to run amok, kind of ruins your day. Basically, I used to have this thing as a kid where I'd be hyper fixated on things being real, but not like in an actual sense of, oh, like this made up fantasy thing is real life, but just what I'm mostly referring to is fear. I'd have this fear of some sort of media or something I've consumed, like a serial killer's gonna run into my house, right? And I remember as a kid, I would stay up overnight because, well, I don't want to get stabbed without knowing I'm getting stabbed. But turns out that same kind of thing is still carried over now, and there's basically this fear of sleep that can occur. Basically, if you convince yourself that sleeping is really, really dangerous because you don't know what's going to happen when you fall asleep, the brain can decide, hey, you know what? I got you, homie. And whenever you are about to fall asleep, it'll just jolt you with with adrenaline. Awesome. Very cool. So now you can't sleep anymore. I think in a few, very few cases that would be helpful. But, considering most people aren't living their day to day where they're about to die or something, it's very detrimental. But then I thought about it. Wait a minute. If you could do this with fear, for some reason, you could do it with something positive. You could set your mind to have an automatic trigger that kind of supersedes your needs. Now, I'm not sure exactly in which ways this would be relevant. Maybe if you're like trying not to eat food, maybe if you're going the distance in a marathon, right? You can convince your mind that there is no pain. You could, if you're writing an essay, kind of reset your flow state if you get tired. There's a lot of things you could probably do with that, but I'm not a professional. I'm just a man who eats bananas that's very tired after learning this last night. So I'm going to eat a banana because bananas, great way to calm down. But man, I'm not going to lie, that was not like the best thing to learn. So, Valve, please add the strange second banana. Preferably before I die from sleep exhaustion. But this is a good looking banana. Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good. I am surprised though. So the outside is like a little green, but it's obviously ripening. Because I bought some bananas a lot more green than they usually are. And it looks like the peel has been doing its job. There should be a bruise down there, but no bruise. That's kind of crazy. Not relevant to what I said, but very interesting. Hmm. Well, potassium people, that's it. Hope you have a good one. Remember, eat a banana and get plenty of rest. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.